What's good, family? Trying to get more consistent with this. It's picking up steam, so I figure why not make time for it. My name is Demondre. It means something about intercessor for the divine. Whatever. Names, man. Names mean a lot. Names mean a lot. Have you ever had anybody give you a nickname? I bet you have. Nicknames carry a persona. So, for example, you're hanging out in the streets, you get a nickname in the streets. When you are in the streets, you do street things. All of those things tie into that name and that persona. And the persona is just a character and a reality that you've created. Everything is energy, and thoughts are things, and you are what you think. So when you see people and they give you a nickname, they're pretty much trying to characterize you. Now, we were taught when we were younger, like, if somebody gives you a nickname, you're cool. That's bullshit. It has nothing to do with you being cool or uncool. It has everything to do with them trying to characterize you. So, you got a spouse. When you meet a spouse, let's just say girlfriend, boyfriend. Spouse is too deep. You act a certain way around your spouse that you normally don't act. Girlfriend, boyfriend. You guys know what I mean. That you don't act around your job or even your family. Normally, you are subservient to this person. Maybe you enjoy the sex. For whatever reason, you want this person to like you. And when they like you, they give you a nickname, like we just said. In reality, they are saying this version of you that's freaky as hell and will do anything, including worship the ground I walk on, that's the version of you that I want to interact with every day. Same thing with the streets. I noticed the big thing, like people in the streets, you don't go by your government. And so, again, I've always been intelligence, but intelligence and wisdom is two different things. Wisdom had me understand that it's not because you guys are committing crimes and you don't want people to know your government. It's because those around you want you to embody that persona of looseness, that persona of fuckitness, that persona of do what thou wilt. I want to give you guys an excellent example that will resonate with the majority of people regardless of race, religion, or background. Never let no one name you. Name yourself. If you do have a nickname, which, to be honest with you, on the Witchy team, almost everybody I met that's on that team has an altar. It's the same thing. The only difference is it's more so dealing with the occult. It's more so dealing with the spirits that they deal with. So in that case, it's more personal, private. They will rarely divulge that name to you unless they like to manifest that persona when they're around you. I was talking to this chick, and she is like Christian this in public, but in private, she's an alcoholic. And I straight up told her, I like the you when you're drinking. And she said, why? And I said, because you're more fun, you're more loose, you just say what comes to your mind. And you in particular, when she's sober, she tries to analyze everything and give the quote unquote perfect response. Like she tries to tell you what you want to hear, even over the truth. She just has a people pleasing mentality because of the way she grew up. So when you ask her a question, she literally reads you and gives you the answer that she thinks you want to hear. But when she would drink, she would just say how she really felt. I don't want anybody to be alcoholic, drug addict, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not advocating for it. It was what it was, and I knew I wasn't going to change that. So when I told her that the exact thing I just told you, she said, oh, that's Sapphire. And I was like, I just immediately understood that. Matter of fact, I didn't have to. She straight up told me that's my altar. Her name is Sapphire. And so what was interesting to me is over time, dealing with this woman, I could literally tell when she had switched personas from her legal name, her God-given personality, to Sapphire. And what was interesting to me is people in their altars have a complete reality around it. When I say complete, I mean they have a whole history. Like, example, I really grew up and I really had a great childhood, but I didn't get exactly everything I wanted. Well, the altar, if you ask the altar about their childhood or history, they would say, my folks didn't show me no love. Like, they just spent money, they just gave me gifts. And the truth is really somewhere in between. But I found it fascinating how if I'm able to catch a being in this altered state, and I've already known who they were originally, that they had a whole different reality. Like their whole perspective on things would be pretty much the world is against me and I have to succeed at all costs. And it blew my mind. It really blew my mind. God gave you your name, period. If you ask most of your parents why they named you what they named you, half of them can't even give you an answer because it was divinely inspired. A third of you were given your name literally at that moment when you were born. It wasn't even pre-thought out. Most of the time, it's pre-thought out if you are like a junior, or if you're a second, or if you're the son of. And even then, you're the son of, you're going to have a lot of the qualities of your father, not just from DNA and a biological perspective, but from a psychological perspective. And it was just really interesting to me. Another thing I recently discovered is like the etymology of names and words. Pretty much the original meaning, the Hebrew meaning also will give you a lot of depth and knowledge as to a person's qualities. I went through a time period where I would meet somebody and I would Google their name in Hebrew and I would tell them, And they be like, damn, that's me. Like, that's spot on. That's me. And that was literally my confirmation that everybody's name means something. Even if you got one of them wild ass, hood, crazy ass names, it means something. It embodies some type of energy, good or bad. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Research your name. Even break down your name. Like my name is Demondre, but when you break my name down, it's D-Mon-Dre. And even the DR and the AE is separate. The DR means teach. Like a good acronym for this is doctor. The AE means in. So when I did the research on my name, it pretty much meant to spiritually teach the end. And it was from the one to teach the end. So the DE means from, the MON, mon, means one. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. DE in Spanish, that's from. Denote, to denote something from a note. To demean something, undermean, it means from. Mon, M-O-N, means one. Like, think of mononucleic acid. When you go and you do a hearing test, they say, is it in mono or is it in stereo? So, mon means one. So, from one, the DR, the etymology of it is to teach, and then the AE is in. Think of the movie Titan AE. Think of the movie After Earth. It's abbreviated AE. So AE is the end. And that's really why I get the knowledge and the downloads of the specific set of information that I do. Because I incarnated into this reality, into this body, under this name, to do just that. So, next video is about energy. Peace, love, and light. Y'all be blessed.